Niaje watu wangu, welcome back to another episode. I go by the name Anonymous Team and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, as you all know, to all my subscribers out there, as you all know, recently I uploaded a part 3 of Prophet TB, of who is Prophet TB Joshua, where we tackled a variety of stuff, including his prophecies, the coronavirus prophecy, his humanitarian work, and so on and so forth. If you have been watching the previous videos as well, then you know there's a part 1 and a part 2 of the same, which is who is Prophet TB Joshua. Now, this is the part 4 and the final part of this particular series of who is Prophet TB Joshua. Now, Prophet TB Joshua, just to give you a slight, a brief description, Prophet TB Joshua is someone I adore a lot personally. He is my mentor, even though I never got to meet him in person. He is my mentor, and that's that. Let's go to what brought us here. Now, tuendelea. Now, today we're going to be talking about Prophet TB Joshua's influence in African politics. Now, a BBC Africa journalist once questioned whether Prophet TB Joshua was the most powerful man in Africa due to his alleged influence in the African political sphere. Let's head over to Ghana. Now, days after the late President John Atta Mills became president of Ghana in the year 2009, his first his first port of call. Listen, I had to laugh. I had to laugh. I had to laugh. I had to laugh at my own self over my own English. Listen, I'm African, proud to be African, and your English is not my mother tongue. But hey, as long as we're communicating, so the late President John Atta Mills' port of call was Prophet TB Joshua's church for a Thanksgiving service, where he revealed Prophet TB Joshua had accurately prophesied his ascension to power and specific details relating to his narrow victory over his competitor at the time, Nana Akufo-Addo. Now, Prophet TB Joshua was a regular visitor. Prophet TB Joshua was a regular visitor to Ghana during President Mills' early presidency and allegedly organized prayer warriors to be praying in Osu Castle. So I believe Osu Castle is like the White House of Ghana or something. Please let me give me the information on the description box below. Hey, as a subscriber of this channel, you have to get interactive. So I'm giving you that assignment. Now we head over to Malawi. Prophet TB Joshua's much publicized prophecy concerning the death of Malawian President Bingu wa Mutharika garnered intense media attention and was subsequently the subject of a Malawian government inquiry as his successor, Joyce Banda, is a devotee of Prophet TB Joshua, rather, the Synagogue Church of All Nations. Now, former President Joyce Banda claimed Prophet TB Joshua's prayers healed her husband. Actually, I have a video of that. Should we use the word claim? Claim is more of like an unbeliever's word. So, ex-president Joyce Banda has said in numerous interviews that Prophet TB Joshua's prayers healed her husband after he suffered a stroke and regularly visited Prophet TB Joshua in Nigeria while she was head of state. Now, let's head over to one of the most liked president in East Africa during this particular decade, and who is John Magufuli. Now, Prophet TB Joshua played the role of a peacemaker in the aftermath of the Tanzanian elections in the year 2015, visiting the country to meet and hold reconciliatory talks with President John Magufuli, a member of his church, and opposition leader Edward Lowassa. Commentators acknowledged his visit significantly reduced tensions in the country after the elections, which the opposition party alleged were fraught with irregularities. Listen, there are videos from the Emmanuel TV channel, or the Emmanuel TV website of Prophet TB Joshua visiting Malawi. If you don't even find those videos on Emmanuel TV channel, you can find them from numerous other channels. Listen, man, it's just the poise that Prophet TB Joshua had that just made him unique. There's a lot I can go on and go on and go on about Prophet TB Joshua, but hey, man, I can't lie. I like the guy. I like the guy a lot, a lot, a lot. I believe he was a man full with the Spirit of God. Now, let's head over then to Liberia. Now, Prophet TB Joshua was a key influence in former Liberian warlord Senator Prince Yomi Johnson's decision to endorse the candidacy of George Weah. As you all know, George Weah was a famous footballer back in the days, and he is the current president of Liberia. So, as I proceed from where I left off, candidacy of Georgia for president in the 2017 Liberian elections. His endorsement came days after the two were spotted publicly together in the Synagogue Church of All Nations, a visit that caused a media storm in Liberia, whereas main opponent and former Vice President Joseph Boakai also um, allegedly actually requested to visit Prophet TB Joshua in light of the elections, where eventually won the election to become Liberia's 25th president. Whoa, okay, Liberia's 25th president. Okay, that's a first for Africa. I need to do a little bit of research on Liberia. Okay, people of God and non believers in equal measure, let's proceed all over to the country, South Sudan. In November 2019, Prophet TB Joshua visited South Sudan, where he was received rather by President Salva Kiir Mayardit. Oh man, before I proceed, let me just say something else that gave me goosebumps during Prophet TB Joshua's visit to South Sudan. Listen, the president stood up, spoke, then welcomed the prophet, if I remember correctly. But if I do not remember correctly, please refer back to that video just to confirm. And I tell you, and I kid you not, Prophet TB Joshua, with the poise that he had, with the humility, it's very funny because Prophet TB Joshua was one of the most humble men in the whole world, or rather, humble men I personally know. And what else? What else? What else? You on a regular basis, you'd have mistaked Prophet TB Joshua to be weak. Is weak? Is weak the right term? But listen, yeah, but listen, I don't know, man. I don't know how Prophet TB. Let me scrap off. You could never think of Prophet TB Joshua to be weak, but he was a very calm man. He didn't cross you like the type of man, like a confrontational type of man. He struck you like a very peaceful individual, the type of individual who who like let things fly. I hope I'm making sense now. However, I don't know how TB Joshua pulled this off. When you looked at the man, you saw a lot of humility, and he seemed the kind of person that was easily approachable. Yes, now that's the word I was looking for. He was the type of man, even when you look at him, his frame, easily approachable. He didn't look like the type of person to just dismiss people off. And yet, his poise held some great power over presidents, man. Like, oh man, like if you just go and watch that video of Prophet TB Joshua in South Sudan, and it's him standing here. I remember the dress code is wearing a gray coat, a gray coat. He was wearing a suit in general, a gray coat and a brown trouser. And man, at that poor moment right there, the man did not look like a prophet. He looked like a president for sure, man. He looked like a president, and not just a president, not just a president of any nation. No, he looked like the president of the whole world. Listen, hey man, listen. I think people might think that I'm overstretching, I'm overdoing this, but yo, that's just my opinion, man. Let me express myself. Let me express myself. The man looked like the president of the whole world at that moment. He had this poise, this man that is so humble, so easily approachable, so confident, so sure. of God, of what God can do. He was so sure of what God can do at that moment. This man looked like he could just call fire from heaven and fire would fall down. And I can assure you, if he did at that moment, fire would come down from heaven and it would hit the ground like it did during Elijah's time. Oh man. Ah man, that image I can never forget that image. It was just unique in its own way. So he stood there, his mic on his right hand, just close to his chest, and one arm on the or that thing is not the pulpit. What do you call it? That thing that thing that pastors preach on. I can't remember it, but his arm was on that thing. And man, he was soft spoken, but yet so confident. Like you can tell that the man was so powerful and yet so humble, so easily approachable. Like right now, when you look at the president of the USA, he doesn't seem like a man you can easily approach. When you look at the president of Russia, Putin, he doesn't seem like a man you can just like easily approach. But you see, Prophet TB Joshua at that moment looked like a man you can easily approach and say, "Man of God, hello, how are you?" and greet his hand. And yet, you could do nothing to him, like he was just so. Oh man, listen, man, oh yeah, it is what it is. Now, he led Mayardit and his cabinet in prayers for peace at the nation's presidential palace in Juba and called on leaders to overcome their differences in a message broadcast on South Sudan's state television. In the year February 2020, South Sudan formally formed a unity government with peace brokered between Mayardit and rival leader Riek Machar. Oh man. I forgot to mention, immediately Prophet TB Joshua. He, oh man. I want you guys to go back to that video and watch that video. I cannot make this stuff up. That place was so sunny. The sun was scorching hot. You could have told in Sudan that day. And when the president spoke, it was still hot. But the moment TB Joshua hit the floor, he just spoke. He didn't take much, man. The guy never talked a lot. Oh man, he just let God's work speak for him. So he just spoke and he prayed and rain fell. Who does that, man? Oh man, he didn't speak. His speech didn't even take more than 10 minutes, and he said a very short prayer, a prayer that did not take even a minute. I need to refer back to that video to remember that prayer. But please, guys, go watch that video. He said a very short prayer. It didn't take even more than 30 seconds, and then rain fell. That's just to show you the type of power that we of Prophet TB Joshua possessed. Okay, now let's go to the Emmanuel TV. The Synagogue Church of All Nations television station was founded on 8th March 2006 by Prophet TB Joshua. 8 Sunday services are broadcast live, and Prophet TB Joshua's programs also air weekly on a number of local television stations across Africa. Emmanuel TV debuted on DSTV and GoTV in November 2015, as well as. Wait, was it November really? No, when did I buy a Go? I bought a Go TV on uh, um I bought a Go TV. I bought a Go TV. Was it on April or no or August? Okay, it was around that time. I guess it was on August, and then in November that's when we came across. I guess. Okay. I guess. Okay. Yeah, so Emmanuel TV debuted on DSTV and GoTV in November 2015, as well as Star Times in February 2016. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. There's a time I visited my cousin. Was it in 2015 or 16? Did we still have a car? Okay, you guys, I'm thinking out loud. Listen, that's just me. You're going to love me as I am. Okay, so in its profile on Prophet TB Joshua, the BBC described him as Nigeria's best known televangelist. I guess he's Africa's best known televangelist, if you ask me. Now, Emmanuel TV's motto is changing lives, changing nations, and changing the world. The TV station is also known for its catchphrase, "Distance is not a barrier," encouraging viewers to pray along with Prophet TB Joshua by touching the screen of their television. There are several claims of several people receiving. No, these are not claims, these are true. Why would people say these are claims? Anyway, okay. The internet was written by non-believers. Okay. So there are several testimonies of people receiving miraculous healing through these prayers, the prayers through TV, including popular Nollywood actress Tonto Dike, who said Prophet TB Joshua's prayers ended her 14-year smoking addiction, and including myself as well, your celebrity anonymous team right here. I have a lot of testimonies from praying along with Emmanuel TV. So these are not claims, these are reality. Okay, so Prophet TB Joshua earned a reputation for not focusing on the prosperity gospel. Thank you. Thank you. At least the internet has gotten something correct about Prophet TB Joshua. Spot on. Um, Prophet TB Joshua earned a reputation for not focusing on the prosperity gospel, and Emmanuel TV is known as one of the few Christian channels that does not engage in fundraising on air. Roko Soto Sheteriba Babasota. No, please forgive me, man, but I'm happy about that statement. I'm happy about that statement. I can sleep well tonight. Now let's proceed on to Prophet TB Joshua never asked for money, and for people who have partnered with Emmanuel TV also know that when you contributed, when you became an Emmanuel TV member, you'd see where your money went to. Just like I said in my previous video, it is just like becoming a member of the Red Cross or even the Zaka International Charity Organization. And that's why even Zaka partnered with Emmanuel TV so that they can do this charity work across the world. Listen, I've seen people get fed in very in the most arid areas of Nigeria, in the poor places of Nigeria. I've seen people get rescued. Seen schools being built abroad in places like Pakistan. I've seen food being distributed to even the United States, to places where hurricanes struck and stuff. Listen, man. Um, bec- Man, contributing to that church, you'd see where your contribution is going, and that just made you happy and want to give more, man. Just happy about it. Now, in April 2021, YouTube suspended Emmanuel TV's channel as a result of alleged hate speech by Prophet TB Joshua in videos on the channel. At the time the channel was suspended, it had over 1.8 million subscribers and 400 million views. The alleged, before I even go further, Prophet TB Joshua never monetized that channel at that time. I I think it's not also not monetized at this point, but Prophet TB Joshua never monetized the channel. Listen, you can tell the man was never hungry for money, because a channel with 1.8 million subscribers and 400 million views, now that's a channel that can make you a lot of money, well over millions. And let me just stop. Now, the allegations of hate speech referred to claims made by Prophet TB Joshua in at least 7 videos that homosexuality is the result of possession by demonic spirits, and that homosexuality can and should be cured via spiritual deliverance. At the time of the channel's suspension, it was the most viewed Christian ministry on the platform. Google ranked one of Emmanuel TV's YouTube videos as the fourth most viewed clip ever within Nigeria. Now, over that statement that I've just read out to you, I'd like to say that we are Christians, and Christianity is known for what it stands for. I don't think canceling or suspending a TV channel for Prophet TB Joshua never claimed hate speech on any one of those channels. Man, I remember one of those videos included two lesbian girls, and Prophet TB Joshua never said anything hateful regarding them or regarding homosexuality in general. This is what he just said. He said, "You guys," um, he told the ladies, "I love you guys and I want you guys to be my friend." And then he went over to pray for them and told them that they have the spirit of, was it the spirit of man or the spirit of woman that engages both ladies to to sleep with one another. And he was never hateful. He never said anything derogatory to anyone. This is why Prophet TB Joshua is loved. He never judged anyone. He would pray for you because, of course, homosexuality and Christianity don't go hand in hand. But he wasn't the type to say, like, yo, you're a sinner, you're going to go to hell, you better repent, blah, blah, blah. No. He said, you are my friend. And he prayed for you. And then he would, and I remember he telling one of the girls that look so muscular. I remember the only thing you're saying is saying she only looks muscular because of her dressing and her inclination to the same sex for a very long time. So with time, now that she's been prayed for and she's been delivered from that spirit, she's going to do lady stuff things, and with time, she's going to revert back to being a lady. So anyway, man, it is what it is. Jesus knows best. If a man like Prophet TB Joshua can be attacked to such an degree, man, who are we, man? Regular human beings. Now let's go to criticism and controversy. Well, as a diehard supporter of Prophet TB Joshua, well, I also have to be non-partisan and also speak of some of the controversial stuff. Now, Prophet TB Joshua has many critics, and okay, well, I won't say he was known to be controversial. Let me just say he has many critics. Now, Prophet TB Joshua was publicly condemned by several prominent pastors within Nigeria. His most vocal critic being Pastor Chris Okotie, who described TB Joshua as a son of the devil. Oh, could you imagine that Pastor Chris Okotie, even after TB Joshua had died, came out to give like a 30-minute, 1 hour long video still attacking TB Joshua, even after the man had rested and gone to be with the Lord? Listen, I won't say much about that. Now, the Christian Association of Nigeria and Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria both acknowledged Prophet TB Joshua was not a member of either organization and denounced him as an impostor. Enoch Adeboye, David Oyedepo, Ayo Orishe Jaffor, Paul Adefarasin, and Matthew Ashimolo are among the pastors who publicly denounced Prophet TB Joshua, as did disgraced American megachurch leader Ted Haggard. Okay, now Prophet TB Joshua was blacklisted by the government of Cameroon in the year 2010 and termed as a son of the devil. Now, rumors of a visit by Prophet TB Joshua in Zimbabwe in 2012 led to an intense national debate culminating with pastors and politicians strongly objecting. In the year 2011, several media houses in the UK reported at least 3 people in London with HIV died after they stopped taking life-saving drugs on the advice of their pastors. Okay, now how does this involve TB Joshua? Okay, let's proceed and see. Now, the HIV prevention charity African Health Policy Network, AHPN, believed that the Synagogue Church of All Nations may be one of those involved in such practices, although the three in question have no demonstrable link to Synagogue Church of All Nations. Then why would you link that to the SCOAN? Okay, now the BBC quoted Synagogue Church of All Nations as saying, no, we do not ask people to stop taking their medication. Okay, let me just give a brief description on this. Now, I know that at the Synagogue Church of All Nations, especially in the earlier days, they were like really shedding a lot of light on praying against people with HIV. Now, I do understand why later on, even after they had prayed for people, they still told them to take their drugs, because one thing that Prophet TB Joshua said was Christians are good citizens and Christians obey the law. So that would be it. Now, on the year 2015, on the 14th of September, it was reported that Prophet TB Joshua secretly purchased a 60 US dollar million Gulfstreams G550 private jet. These rumors were dismissed as false by a media aide of Prophet TB Joshua. And even if it did, okay, for me, I don't see the problem, but it is what it is. A self-confessed member of the Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram came to the Synagogue Church of All Nations in March 2014, allegedly with plans to bomb the church. According to him, it was Prophet TB Joshua's prayers that prevented the plan and later compelled him to confess. The subsequent clip of the confession went viral on YouTube and proved and proved very controversial. A group known as the Movement for Accountability and Good Governance has called for the investigations of the incident based on the claims that were made. Now let's go to the most famous one. This is the collapse of the guest house. Now on the year 2014, on September on the 12th of September, a guest house collapsed in the Synagogue Church of All Nations premises in Lagos, killing at least 115 people, 84 of them being South Africans. Now, controversy has continued to swirl around the circumstances that led to the collapse, with the former Nigerian Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani Kayode, alleging Nigeria's intelligence agencies blew up the building, which is true. If you watch that video, you can see there was a drone. There are secret CCTV videos from other buildings that captured a drone flying over the building, man. And even the way that building fell. Listen, that's not a building that fell based off being built off irregularities. No, it was a structured collapse. It was a controlled collapse. Um, I wonder why people do that to innocent human beings. It is what it is. Just to paint one human being in bad light. That's not right, man. That's not right. Let me leave it at that. Now, the Panama Papers. Now, Nigeria's Premium Times newspaper stated that Prophet TB Joshua incorporated a company called Chilon Consultancy Limited in the British Virgin Islands in June 2006, based on reports stemming from the Panama Papers leak. Prophet TB Joshua immediately denied his involvement, stating on Facebook, "I am not a businessman and have no business whatsoever. What God has given me is more than enough." Now, a prominent Nigerian Muslim cleric, Sheikh Hussaini Yusuf Mabera, threatened to drag Prophet TB Joshua to court for describing Jesus Christ as God. Let me leave that at that. Okay, now finally, personal life and death. Now, Prophet TB Joshua was married to Evelyn Joshua, who is the currently general overseer of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, and together they have three children, all girls. Prophet TB Joshua died in the year 2021 on the 5th of June after one of his evening services in Lagos, Nigeria, just 1 week prior to his 58th birthday. No cause of death was given. Now, I remember Prophet TB Joshua always said, "This is what I live for, and this is what I will die for." And I'm very, very happy for Prophet TB Joshua. Last moments of on earth were doing what he loved doing, and that is God's work. Now, let me recommend you a few books that you can read by Prophet TB Joshua. We have The Mirror. I currently have The Mirror. I keep on reading it every year. It's a very, very good book. Please do get The Mirror. There is The Step Between You and the Cure, Daily Time with God, and What the Future Holds. And there's also another book by one of his personal friends. It's called TB Joshua, Servant of God. So you can go ahead and read that. Listen, man, it has been a very great time creating this series of Who is TB Joshua. I have enjoyed every bit of this video. Now, next, as you all know, most of my fans that know me for my trading videos have requested for more, so I'm probably going to do a few more of those in the next coming videos. And then after that, we're going to do another series of who is your favorite cleric. We can do Uabat Angel, we can do Bushiri. We're going to do all of them. We can do, but most likely we might do some of my favorites, apprentices of TB Joshua. Most likely we might do John Chi, or my current favorite at the moment after TB Joshua died, who is Wise Man Daniel. So look out for that as well. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Make sure to click on the subscribe button and make sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, and your loved ones. See you on the next one.